What is up, y'all? Welcome back to Money Car Racing here on ABC, and welcome to more open wheel racing, the biggest event in open wheel racing. This is the Indianapolis 500, and boy, is this going to be a good. I'm excited. It's the biggest race of the year, and to make things even bigger, we've got some more news to announce here regarding the future of open wheel racing on the channel. Remember, MoneyCar got the rights to the Indianapolis 500 to host the Indianapolis 500 and bring over some of the best open wheel drivers in the world. Well, guess what? We're now going to sanction a series starting next season. The 2010 season will be the first season of the MoneyCar Open Wheel Series. We will probably have a shorter schedule as we try to get things in place, depending on how sponsorship lines up and backing and support for the series goes. But we know some of you big open wheel fans, and y'all want to see some more of that. Let's meet the 33 drivers, or is there even 33? Looks like it. Let's meet the drivers that made the field. On a pole, Tony Kanaan, Oreo Serbia to his outside. And I do apologize real quick before we start. I do apologize. Some paint schemes are missing. I forgot that I didn't already record this and went ahead and started deleting paint schemes. But it is what it is. Their numbers are there. They're in the field. That's all that matters. Then you see Buddy Lazier, Milka Duno behind them. Danica Patrick and TJ Townsend, Bell. Rafael Matos and Dan Weldon. Frank Montagny and Ryan Hunter-Ray. Thomas Schechter and Alex Lloyd in the row behind them. Then there's Will Power and Graham Rahal. Robert Dornbos and Stanton Barrett. It's supposed to be Barrett with two T's at the end, not one. Davey Hamilton and Paul Tracy. Alex Tagliani, Ed Carpenter in the row behind them. And then there's Mike Conway and Bruno Junquera. Junquera, as I like to say, because the J is silent in Spanish, but maybe his name's not Spanish. Who knows? Well, obviously, real fans would know. I'm still somewhat learning some of these drivers, so I do apologize. I'm a newer IndyCar fan. I started watching in 2016, first full season 2017, so still getting acclimated to some of these older names. Then we've got AJ Foyt AJ Foyt the fourth and Sarah Fisher. Then there's Justin Wilson, Elio Castroneves, Marco Andretti and Scott Sharp in the row behind them. Nelson Philippe and Ryan Briscoe. Then you've got Vitor Mira and EJ Vizo. Rounding out the field is the 10 of Dario Franchitti. These cars are loud, man. They're ready to go. They're ready to start screaming here. Over 200 miles an hour around the famed Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The pace car is in. The biggest event is about to begin. And here we go. Tony Kanaan won last year on the pole. This year, he's going to take the green flag. Tony Kanaan leads us into the Indianapolis 500. Second annual. Out of turn 2. Kanaan clears out into the lead. Danica Patrick, man, these cars are screaming. Big pack behind as the top three try to break away. Kanaan is going to lead the first lap of the Indy 500. Sorry for the interruption. Let's hop back into it. These cars are flying around this track. Seems a little bit faster than they were last season. But Kanaan out in front, continuing to dominate here at Indianapolis. They go back to back in the first two annual events. Time will tell. But for now, we've got crazy racing all throughout the field. Look at this. Here comes Thomas Schechter underneath Ryan Hunter-Ray. His scheme, unfortunately, has been deleted. Will Power right behind Schechter. Now, if these guys, if I could reprogram these guys to like actually step out of line and not just follow each other, racing will be way better than this. But unfortunately, due to a glitch, I can't actually drive to like reprogram. Whatever. I can't remember the name of the software it is that you can use to reprogram the AI lines. So I can't use that, and I've yet to find a version where the AI lines have been reprogrammed to do that. So they're just gonna follow a line here, unfortunately, and not really pull out to make a move if they're more than, you know, single file. So that sucks, but it's just a product of a game from all the way back in 2003. I mean, technology was way different back then. I completely understand. But yeah, it's a 22-year-old game. Can't really expect much different, but I can work around it. Trust me, guys, as soon as I can, I will make sure the racing improves at this track, but we've already got some exciting stuff here. As you see, that's Schechter in P3. Now, can he hold on? Will Power is right there behind him in the 12. Power, can he look to make a move on the inside? Not quite. Luckily, we don't have to deal with dirty air. That's why you're seeing such a big pack. They know not to get up on each other's, well, not bumpers, wings here. That can lead to a big wreck. And last year, we saw some chaos in the opening laps. This year, so far so good. Clean and green for the first 4.5, coming to 5 laps in this race. But right now, it's all Tony Kanaan, Buddy Lazier sitting close behind him in second. And Lazier, get up there and do something. Kanaan is just too strong right now. He's pulling away. Lazier close behind, tried to run a different line, see if maybe he could generate some momentum. Look at them moving around back here. Field of cars. All 33 running within 5 seconds. We do have a few stragglers. EJ Vizo in the back and Alex Lloyd have lost the draft. They've kind of just settled in and they're riding around. We're gonna take our first break here of the biggest race of the season. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Indy. Kanaan still leads the way. Lazier still sitting in second. There's the 21 of Hunter-Ray in third. And the pack is still massive here. Down the back straightaway, we've got a couple more stragglers towards the tail end of the field. Let's see who's falling off here. That's the 3 of Elio Castroneves. Penske car, you'd expect them to be one of the strongest, but unfortunately just doesn't have the speed. Davey Hamilton in the 44 right in front of him had a bad crash back in 2001. Luckily, he's back racing here. He didn't get back in the racing until he returned to IndyCar just a few years ago. Now here in the 500. Or was it earlier this year? I can't remember. I think it was either 07 or 09 for David Hamilton returning to the behind the wheel. And we've got Rafael Matos, or Matos, however you like to pronounce it. I'm going to say Matos. That just sounds like it rolls off the tongue a little bit better. Matos in the 2 car is falling off. There's Robert Dornbos in the 02, or excuse me, 06. And AJ Foyt the 4th looks like he's losing the tail end of the field as well. So this pack's starting to spread out just a little bit as tires wear. I did bump it up 2x wear for this race rather than 1x. like I do for most races. So we'll just have to sit back and see how this plays out. Strategy will be a part of this race, and if it goes green to the end, it can be a really interesting race. But Lazier continues to hang on to P2. They race hard behind. Here comes Stanton Barrett, the Hollywood stuntman, up in the P3. Racing hard with Vitor Mira as Mira goes to his inside. 3 wide behind them. First time we've seen 3 wide today. That looks like it's going to work out without too much issue there. Who was that on the high side? That's the 8 of Townsend Bell. That fell back there. Here comes Justin Wilson into the picture. Wilson looking inside. He's going to get there underneath Vitor Mira. Mira in the draft. Can he use that to his advantage to clear back out in front of Wilson? Wilson trying to stay clear or stay inside, and he will. Mira's going to fall back. Stuck in that outside lane. He's going to get freight train, nowhere to go. Wilson now has a car to his inside. It's Bruno Junqueira, the Brazilian. Underneath and clears. Or rather, gets cleared by Justin Wilson. And Oriol Servia looks to his inside now. One wrong move and you're falling back here at Indy. Boy, oh, is this getting interesting or what? Looks like we got one challenging for second. It's Justin Wilson challenging for P2 right on the tail end of Buddy Lazier. Can he get underneath Lazier? That 91 car has been strong, but not as strong as that 11, but he's been holding on. Hanging on to the rear wing of that 11 car. Tony Kanaan continues to lead the way. Can he go flag to flag leading this event? We'll find out after we come back from another quick break. Welcome back to Indianapolis. Green flag pit stops just took place. We saw Kanaan on pit road not too long ago. Lazier down there with him. Those two have broken away from the rest of the field. And P3 right now is Nelson Philippe. Justin Wilson right there behind him. Stanton Barrett. That's another trio that are pretty close to each other. Frank Montagny and Mike Conway back there are the next duo in line. But here comes Sarah Fisher. Fisher's got to run. She looks inside underneath Mike Conway. That's going to be for P7. Junqueira following Fisher. Another run behind from Ryan Briscoe in the 6th. Ed Carpenter behind him. Looks like they're going to kind of bunch it up here. As Montagny, not as fast as the guys behind him, had a better pit stop and was able to gain track position, but now he's holding these guys up. And they're trying their best to get back past them. Sarah Fisher looking low. Can he get to the end? Can she get to the inside? Fisher still peeking out, unable to make the move. Now here comes Junqueira looking underneath her. But these guys side by side in front of this pack. That's slowing them down. Stanton Barrett being passed by Nelson Philippe. This is allowing Frank to catch these guys. At least it was momentarily. Now they're starting to pass each other. But they are still in draft distance. Look at this gaggle of cars behind these guys. There's a line of 4, rather 5. Graham Rahal leading that one. It's Oriol Servia, Scott Sharp, Danica Patrick, and Vitor Mira right behind them. Then there's a huge pack behind these guys. Vitor Mira, or excuse me, AJ Foyt, Mira's teammate, leads that one. Hunter Ray behind him. Will Power, Marco Andretti. Alex Tagliani, Paul Tracy, Thomas Schechter, Dario Franchitti all in that pack. And there's another small pack with Dan Weldon, Milka Duno, Townsend Bell, Elio Castroneves, Davey Hamilton. One car on pit road, that's Robert Dornbos in that 06 McDonald's machine. He's having trouble on pit road with that car. Doesn't look like he'll be able to get back out there, but they're going to keep working on it just to see what they can do. Very unfortunate for Dornbos. It looks like he's going to be the last place finisher here today. Kanan, Lazier, Lloyd. Alex Lloyd a lap down, but that is the top three, the pack with the leaders in it. Lloyd's gonna lose the top two there. He's just kind of off the pace here. Looks like some issues with that car along with EJ Vizo. They're not gonna really try to hold these guys up. They're just gonna run their race and try to make it to the end here. Just qualifying for the field is an achievement in its own right. Next season we will see bump day qualifying. We'll see how that plays out. We will be broadcasting it. So you'll get to see which of your favorites are gonna make it and which will go home when we have our full season of open wheel racing in 2010. For now, we are halfway through the biggest race, past halfway, almost 3/4 of the way through the biggest race of the season, or of the year rather, for these guys, because they don't have a season yet. Castroneves looking to go back to back. He's been dominant so far, leading the race. I don't think he's lost the lead, aside from maybe pit stops. So we'll see how this plays out after this quick break. Don't go anywhere. Our final break of the day. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Indianapolis. Just a handful of laps left, and Tony Kanaan is still leading. However, pit strategy. These guys pitted around halfway through the race, and they were already stretching it. And of course, with this being as competitive as it is, you know the teams tried to make it as quick of a pit stop as they could. So did these drivers hit their numbers before pitting earlier in this run, or will they have to save? And look at this. A slow car in front of Tony Kanaan that's going to hold him up. Here comes Buddy Lazier with a run down the front straightaway, but just can't get close enough to that 11 car. Lazier gets through easily. It's going to stay right there in draft range. Now the problem with this is Tony Kanaan is out in front. If he needs to save any fuel, he won't be able to. He's leading. Of course, it can change the fuel mix, but that's going to only do so much. He still has to run pretty much wide open around here. Look at Buddy Lazier. He's going to drop back just a little bit. He's not really full throttle around here. At least not all the way around. In some parts he is, just to stay in the draft of that 11 car, but he's using that draft to his advantage, not going full throttle. He's able to save a little bit of gas. So strategy definitely, or at least at the very least fuel mileage, definitely in the conversation here from Indianapolis. It might come down to who can save the most gas. Does Tony Kanaan have enough left in the tank? Did they get enough fuel in the car in that last pit stop? We're about to find out. We'll start seeing guys dive into pit road as some drivers are and aren't able to make it. Who's going to be able to stretch it the furthest? This big pack right here, some of these guys, they're going to make it for sure. They're getting a big draft. But the top two is a completely different story. They're half a track away ahead of those guys. Completely away from any other cars. No draft, at least little draft help for the top two. They might get a little bit off the lap cars they catch, but the next few are on the front straightaway. I don't think they're going to catch those guys. Tony Kanaan off turn number 4. 4 laps to go for the Brazilian. Kanaan looking to go back to back, making history in the inaugural 2 races. Boy, oh boy. This one's coming down to the wire. It's coming all the way to the checkered flag. Look at how big of a pack there is. They've all formed up back here. They're duking it out. As Carpenter goes to P3. Fisher right behind him. Kanan has set sail in front of the pack, but these guys back here are all going at it. Nothing has been settled. And we're going to get some 3-wide action down the front straightaway. At least it looks like they would. They decided against it. But man, they are all over each other. No room for error here. As they come through 3 and 4. 1 and 2. And catching a slower car, Rafael Matos. It's going to hold these guys up. And remember, if this group of cars get together and they have a wreck, a caution will end this race. Matos is coming to pit road. Kanan has a lap and a half left in this race. Does he have enough fuel to make it? See Alex Lloyd also on pit road there. Kanan is low on the track. Or Lazier running high. Kanan's slow. Kanan's coming to pit road. Kanan was not going to make it. Coming to the white flag is Buddy Lazier with a half lap advantage over the rest of the field. His only competition, the dominant driver of the day, hits pit road, coming to the white flag. Kanan running out of gas before making history. Buddy Lazier is in the lead. And he's got all the room in the world. Does he have enough to make it? Coming through 3 and 4 into turn 3. You still hear the car's engine screaming. He's fully on the gas. Full power. Looks like he saved enough. Off turn 4. Buddy Lazier. He's going to do it. Buddy Lazier has won the Indianapolis 500. And a bunch of cars on pit road. It's going to come home to Ryan Briscoe for P2. So a lot of cars all racing hard back there. We're not able to make it around one more lap. Where's Tony Kanaan going to finish in all this? Kanaan, who led all race, is coming off of turn number 4 now. Where will he finish? It looks like it's going to be P24, a disappointing result for Tony Kanaan, who led just about every lap in this race. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Man, never say never. Buddy Lazier ran second all race. The leader ran out of gas. Lazier is your winner. That is going to do it for the second ever MXNEYCAR Indianapolis 500. I hope you guys enjoyed. Man, what a finish. A caution-free event, complete opposite of what we saw last year, with a bunch of chaos and wrecks to start things off. Man, that's going to do it. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe. I hope to see y'all next time. And until then, peace.